right, and I'm looking forward to this break. We're going to see the speed and the skill of NBA guards. Two of the league's best going head-to-head.
And when I think basketball, I envision guards pushing the tempo, taking threes. The modern NBA has a lot of talent. The pace has never been higher.
Here are the 5 for the Raptors. Perimeter pairing, Barrett and Ingram. Then it's Barnes. Then there's Emmanuel Quickly. And it's Mamu Kalashvili in at the 5, roaming the paint. Out left to the wing. Brown wide open. He fires. Gets the three-pointer to fall.
A guy who shoots the three well, and without hesitation, defense can't afford to give Brown that much room.
Lets the 3 fly, and Barrett the bucket on the assist by Barnes.
Nice answer back there. Love to see the competitiveness.
And when you give up a 3, there's always this instinct to try and get it back immediately.
Now, here's Brown. He's as potent an offensive player as you're going to find in this league. He averages almost 30 points a game. And they double up Brown. 4 on the clock. And it's White missing. And it's the Raptors' ball. They defeated Charlotte in their last game.
Yeah, they really snuffed that one out. Didn't execute all that well. Fortunate to walk away with the W.
Well, it's a good sign for a team to win when they're not at their best. That shows great resolve.
And it's White missing. The Raptors have gotten their first 3 shots to go in for them to start off this game. And the dunk by Barnes.
Now, how about Barnes on that one? He really got up.
Austin's gone 1 of 3 from beyond the arc so far in the game. And having starred in a 6-man role in New York, Tim Emmanuel quickly has been handed the keys in Toronto.
Well, he certainly has, Kevin, and he's got the contract to match it. You talk about confidence and determination to prove yourself. That sums up quickly.
Here's Mamu Kalashvili. It's White on the wing. Barrett covering. And White kicks to Brown. They can't stop the run with that one.
It's a tough stretch for him right now. He may want to find a different way to stay involved.
And it's Barnes slamming it down.
That is a beautiful delivery, and Barnes was not going to waste that opportunity.
And so the timeout by Joe Mazzulla here. Coach needs a moment to talk things over. Sam Houser's checked in for the Celtics. Let's take a look at the numbers for Anthony Simons. And here in the first, about 3 minutes in, GA now in year 3 under Darko Rajakovic. The Raptors are staying the course.
His contract runs through next season, and he's all in on developing these young players and getting the best out of them.
Brown to end the drought. Again, the miss by the Celtics. Toronto leading by 8. Now let's take a minute to talk to Allie LaForce courtside. Allie.
Thank you, Kevin. Scotty Barnes letting everyone know. He said, "I'm a great defender. I feel like it doesn't really get talked about enough." I guard whoever, 1 through 5. That's what I pride myself on and what I'm ready to do every time I step on the floor. Back to you guys.
A tone setter for sure at that end. Thanks so much for the report, Allie. Pocket 2. The shot's good. Brown's got 5.
Oh, just in time. What a job by Brown to get it off before the buzzer.
And timeout called by Darko Rajakovic. He's going to take this chance to talk to his guys. When it comes to Jaylen Brown, Greg, what qualities does he add to a team?
Well, I love how active and physical he is. He poses such a difficult challenge on both sides of the ball. With a Finals MVP award to his credit, you know he's as mentally tough as anyone in our league.
And the Raptors going out now with a whole new group. As we get a break in the action, let's take a peek at the leading defenses. The Celtics second, fifth, the Raptors.
And we're getting to watch two of the NBA's great defensive teams. I mean, very difficult to score as they both contest every shot.
Here's Shed. Looking at his numbers, he's averaging about 6.5 points a game. And stolen by Simon. To the middle. Here's Tillman. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
Well, if you work the ball inside, it is going to pay dividends.
Raptors leading by 4. We've got 33 seconds left to play in the first. Pass to Murray Boyle. Some nice ball movement here by the Raptors. Here's Shed. A three-pointer off the mark. Simons has got the ball here for the Celtics. Here's Tillman. Fires from deep. And the last second attempt does not go in for him. And that concludes the first quarter of play. The Raptors out in front. They're up by 4. And the second quarter will be on the way when we come back. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter of action so far. What do you guys think about the Raptors here in this one?
Well, in that first quarter, they were intent on just pounding the ball down low.
And that's where their advantage is. Throw the ball inside, make it difficult for the defense to make some decisions.
So the Raptors 5 right now. We've got Walter, and it's Abaji in at the 3. So Greg, tonight is night 2 of the back-to-back. These can't be easy to play in.
Yeah, this is a test of will and really of conditioning as well. I expect there to be some big swings tonight. Should be a fun one.
Kept alive, and that one's good. Barnes.
Great timing from Barnes on the glass. He got the miss and he converted it.
And we're starting the second quarter, about a minute gone. Pritchard passes to Simons. Here's Walter. Boom, he jams it straight down.
Excellent on both ends of that play.
Yeah, the steal was sharp, but the slam topped it off.
What a great sequence. You've got to love the effort. That's big time.
And the basket by Hauser.
That was big because they dug a big hole in the first quarter. show signs of life.
And timeout called by Darko Rajakovic. He's going to have a discussion on the sideline. One thing is certain about Anthony Simons, the guy is a pure scorer.
Well, it comes so naturally to him. He's got a great handle, and he can get his shot off whenever he wants. Plus, he's got limitless range.
Checked in for Boston. White comes in for Anthony Simons. Brandon Ingram, he's checked in for Toronto. And here in the second with about a minute and a half gone by. Top the key, Barnes. Wide open look. Rebound, Boston. They're moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of the Nuggets.
You guys, you just can't afford to give away points from the foul line. Not in the NBA. Teams are just too talented.
Well, that's why they're called free throws. And it seemed like with each miss, their confidence took a hit. It's just too hard to overcome that.
Toronto leading by 3. Down low. Pass to Shed. Here's Walter. Wow, came this close to a 4-point play. He'll head to the line for 3 free throws.
Yeah, there was definitely some contact there on the three-point attempt.
The Raptors shooting their first free throws. First trip to the line in this one.
And taking a look at the numbers on the season, they've converted about 77% of those foul shots.
The first free throw is good. And some changes here for the Celtics. Kate is checked in, and Chris Boucher's subbed in for Sam Hauser. Good on the second free throw. Last one's off, and they'll settle for 2 points. Celtics trail by 5. Over in the corner, White. And again, it's Boston with the 3.
Well, the defense was a little soft right there, and it made it a practice shot.
And so quickly, we'll bring it up for Toronto. Pass to Walter. And we're now a little over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Clock at 6. Barnes sets a screen for quickly. And again, Toronto no luck. Boston's gotten both of their three-point attempts to go down here in the second quarter. Pritchard with a wide-open look. The shot's good. Brown making the play. Pritchard's got the lead up to 1 now for the Celtics. Let's go to the sideline and see what Allie LaForce has dug up for us. Allie, take it away.
Thanks, Kevin. Raptors coach Darko Rajakovic explained what he's looking for on the offensive end. He said, quote, it's unselfishness, ball and body movement, playing together and making each other better. Also, you have to be able to adjust. Basketball is not set in stone. If it was, it would be a recipe. Guys?
Yeah, you got to roll with the punches. Thank you, Allie. Al Boucher Following the three-point attempt by Scotty Barnes. And there's the drive, and he uses the glass on the layup. Barnes has got 4 points in the quarter.
They are just killing them on the interior.
And so the timeout by Joe Mazzulla here. He's going to take a minute here to get things straightened out. Some changes here for the Celtics. Walsh is checked in, and it's Simons in for Pritchard. On the court. .107 left now here in the second. Queta, the pass to Simons. That one falls. Simons has got 4 points this quarter.
Yeah, Simons doing a great job creating separation off the dribble.
Pass to Quickly. Back to Barrett. Ingram outside. That three off the mark. Boston's gone 3 of 4 with the long-range bombs here in the second quarter. Brown against Quickly. Brown the pass to Walsh. Buries the long-range jumper. And now a 4-point Celtic lead.
And after that ragged first quarter, they're hitting some momentum, some confidence. Nice flow.
2 seconds separating the shot clock and game. Ingram outside. Just 5 to shoot. Pass to Murray Boyle. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. And a close game so far through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Celtics lead by 4. Now let's check in with Allie LaForce on the sideline. What do you have for us, Allie?
I'm joined by Coach Mazzulla. Joe, what was the focus out there offensively?
We just got to fight for our spacing. We have to fight the screen. We have to fight to create advantages. It's 2 great teams playing against each other, and you're going to have to earn it. And so we just got to do a better job creating separation on the offensive end and fight for our great spacing.
Seems like an easy fix. Thanks, Coach.
Terrific stuff, Allie. Thank you so much. And we'll be back for the third quarter right after this halftime break.
Your attention to center court. And get ready for the fan half-court jump drive. So sorry. Give it up for our contestants.
And for that game against the 76ers, on paper, these teams are pretty even. So what will be the determining factor there, Ernie? I'm not sure, but they gotta avoid mental errors.
Shaq, you agree with Kenny?
Not on most things, but this case...
And guys, how about the Raptors? Involved in a very competitive matchup right now.
At the defensive end, I'm not seeing disruption. I don't mean just forcing turnovers. I mean taking the offense out of the rhythm.
Yeah, I mean when your opponent is shooting over 50%, a lot else has to go right. And that concludes halftime. Now time to send it over to Kevin Harlan as the game's about to resume.
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. We're seeing a tremendous game from Scotty Barnes.
Really impressed with the shot selection through the first half. Just taking what he can get from the defense.
And what more can you ask of him? That is helping out your team.
Tim is one of the most accurate three-point shooters this league has ever seen. Give us your top shooters in the game today.
Yeah, it's funny because you always say, well, obviously Steph, so it's almost like any conversation puts him in a different category. I obviously agree with that. I look at a guy like Damian Lillard with that unlimited range and his ability to pull up from anywhere. Even a guy like Trae Young, I would put into that category because of the range, Kevin. It just extends defenses so far.
What a list. The wing pairing, it's White and Brown. Then it's Peyton Pritchard. And it's Queta in at the 5 spot. That's the Boston 5. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by White.
Well, that is the definition of an unforced error. It's very unfortunate, and the coach is going to have something to say about that.
And Barnes has got the ball here for the Raptors. Mamukelashvili passes to Ingram. The 3 from Barnes. That's good, and it's Ingram with the assist.
3 points.
Barnes has got 13.
And when Scotty Barnes is making threes, it opens up their offense.
Brown deciding where to go with it. White left side. This one for 3. It's rebounded by Scotty Barnes. The Raptors with the lead. Pass to quickly. Barnes bounce pass. Onside Barrett. Shoots over White. And no good. Trying to use the glass. Boston's gotten a lot of looks from outside tonight. 5 of 12. Brown outside. Here's Queta. And a good offensive board. And he gets the bucket. And the Celtics lead by 1. 7 lead changes now, and we're just in the third quarter.
Yeah, frustrating for a coach, but it's great to watch as a fan.
Now here's Ingram. He's a solid producer, averaging nearly 22 points a game.
That make brings them to 3 for 4, and the game plan seems to be working here early.
And so the timeout by Joe Mazzulla here. Coach is going to talk some things over with the team. Might be seeing something to adjust.
Hands together for Celtics Entertainment.
Celtics making a change here. Hauser's checked in. And while we can, let's find out a little bit about the shooting guards around the league and which of them have had the most assists over the last 10 games. 4th, Derek White.
And that list of players just goes to show that great passing doesn't just come from the point. The way those guys distribute the ball from the 2 spot is a thing of beauty.
Well, having an off guard that facilitates at this level just adds another dimension to your offense, and it makes you that much more difficult to defend.
Now, here's Brown. He's got 5. And it's Ingram with the rebound.
Well, coaches really appreciate when guys defend with that kind of effort. Just a fantastic job protecting the rim.
Here's Ingram. 7 points in the game, and it's out of bounds. The Raptors able to retain possession here. And right now, let's watch that terrific swat.
And that is a huge block. Given how close this game is, a stop like that was right on point.
And here are the Raptors now. They've only allowed 2 points so far here in the second half. 4 on the shot clock. Here's Barrett. He drains it as the shot clock ticks down. Now it's a 4-point Raptor lead.
And what awareness from Barrett. He knew he had all the time he needed.
And another of these young, talented players out of Canada, R.J. Barrett, is a high-level NBA athlete.
It's in the blood. His father played for the Canadian national team. Barrett, an attack wing who loves to get downhill.
Well, if you take low percentage shots, you are going to have difficulty making them.
Here's Quickly. That one doesn't drop. And so it's Pritchard with it. He'll bring it up for Boston. 4-point game. Wants to get it to Brown and does. And then Brown with the dunk.
And what a player Jaylen Brown has become. My goodness.
And timeout called by Darko Rajakovic. This now will give him a chance to discuss some potential changes.
Here they come. It's Celtics Entertainment.
So it's both teams making substitutions here.
Entertainment.
.112 left in the third. Here's Shed. He has yet to score. Pass to Abaji. Good ball movement here by the Raptors. Here's Shed. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Jacks up a 3. He can't get that one to fall.
Well, the defense should consider themselves lucky there because he's not usually one to miss those kinds of looks.
3-pointer, Simon. It's rebounded by Dick. Toronto's gone 2 of 3 when they ventured outside the arc in the third quarter. Pass to Murray Boyle. Count it. Murray Boyles has got his first basket of the night.
And after really leaning on that three-point shot in the first half, seeming like they're just getting away from it here in the second. More of the shots coming from the interior.
Here's Simons. Up and in on the layup. Simons has got 6.
They didn't have much of a problem getting the ball into the post that time.
It's still anybody's game as we've reached the end of 3. It's the Raptors up 2. And do not go away as we'll be back in just a few moments with the start of our fourth quarter coming up next. How about a look at today's State Farm assist of the game?
and he sliced the D wide open with his feet. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
Well, I like the fact he didn't telegraph it. That's poetry in motion right there.
Well, what a terrific game it's been so far, with this fourth quarter sure to bring more pressure-packed basketball. So for Toronto right now, we've got Barnes, and it's Abaji in at the small forward. Here's Abaji. Here's Murray Boyle. To the left wing. Here's Walter. Here's Abaji. The three-pointer, no good. Boston trail. Out to the wing. Pritchard up top, covered by Barnes. Pritchard gets the bucket.
And that was the right call. When you need a basket, go to the guys you trust the most.
Yeah, when you're coming down the stretch, you don't want any wasted possession.
Here's Murray Boyle. Here's Barnes. Count that as his 7th field goal, 9 tries. He's shooting 78%.
Well, he's got such a diverse skill set. Scotty Barnes can go off on any night, and he is rolling tonight.
And we've got a timeout from Joe Mazzulla. He's not taking any chances and wants to huddle him up right away.
Let's get loud, fans, for Celtics Entertainment.
Some changes here for the Celtics. Einard's checked in, and it's Brown in for Sam Hauser. The Raptors also with a sub. Ingram's checked in, and now Allie LaForce says something for us from the sideline.
During that last break, I heard Joe Mazzulla as he talked with the team. Coach kept it calm but direct. He said, quote, "Play smart, play our game. Don't worry about the score. Keep doing what we've been doing, and we'll be okay." Guys, back to you.
All right, Allie, thank you for that. Again, the miss by the Celtics.
So far, he hasn't done a lot of damage from 3. Only had that 1 in the first half.
On the wing, Barnes. From down in the low post, it goes. And now a 4-point Toronto lead. Boston's gotten off to an 0-for-2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. Wide outside. Here's Brown. The 19-foot shot. Barnes ripped down the rebound.
And you know what? He's just not on his game, no doubt about it. Their deficit isn't totally on him, but he has not been an asset for his team.
Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum. And I like the fact that the defense is looking to protect the rim at all costs.
And we've got a timeout from Joe Mazzulla. It's a chance for them to regroup and refocus.
Timeout, Celtics. Fans for next team.
changes for Toronto. Mamu Kelishvili is checked in, and R.J. Barrett subbed in for Walter. That one is off. And the second free throw, good. Raptors leading by 3. Here's quickly. Now Barrett, and stolen by White, and they're moving it up. Finishes inside on the nice dish.
That's a great look. His teammate was on the move, but he put it right where it needed to be.
Barnes outside. Ingram. And get the 3. And so White will bring it up for Boston. Here in the fourth, they've allowed just 4 points.
And they are amped up right now. I mean, after trailing for so long and then trimming that margin, finally they take the lead.
Second team foul. At the line with 1 shot. Nunez pinned up.
Great job to get the bucket and to get to the line. When the game's on the line, you want your guys attacking like he did there.
Now here's Ingram. Barrett outside. Now quickly. Outside Barrett. 6 on the shot clock. No good there.
He typically dominates that area of the floor. It just didn't drop.
Brown. Rebounded by Ingram. Toronto trailing. That one drops.
Well, they really needed that one right there, and Ingram came through in a big moment.
They set the pick. Here's Brown. From 8. That shot, no good.
He's been way off the mark in this second half, just unable to get any kind of rhythm going.
Remember that one, guys, a difference maker.
What a big-time shot. Those are the moments you dream about as a kid.
Now, here's Brown. It's good.
It seems like Brown always has something cooking, and he shows up big when they need him most.
Against Ingram. Rebounded by Brown. Boston with the ball.
And they had a foul to give, but you want to use it on the ground.
At the line, Jaylen Brown. Line for 2 shots.
He sinks the clutch free throw. And so making both free throws, that'll give them the lead here.
This team knows they can rely on him in these situations. He is so consistent at the free throw line.
And the timeout called by Darko Rajakovic. The magnitude at this juncture in the game clearly warranting a timeout. Guys, what are their best options now?
And this is it, guys. Down one, they've got just enough time to work it around for a good shot, and it better be a good shot because it's the only shot they have.
Ingram outside. And so it's Boston scraping by with the win. That was a fun night of basketball and fabulous finish as they continued to wait out until the very last moment to seal it.
And there are so many times when you see these tight games won at home, that advantage of having that crowd behind you oftentimes is the ultimate X factor.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. Alongside Tim Legler, Greg Anthony, and our reporter, Allie LaForce, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching, folks. And as we leave you, we give you our player of the game, Jaylen Brown.